Hold. Good boy. Hold. Hold. I started working with Hano a couple days ago with the Frisbee, and once I start training a dog to do something, it's important that they do it. That he has to do it. So he needs to be able to hold this in his mouth and not drop it before he goes home. It's not going to hurt with the other objects because it'll make him less sloppy mouth if he can learn to hold this proper, and that's an issue. So he was picking it up if it was upside down, right? But he won't pick it up like this, and he needs to learn how to pick it up like this because that's how it's thrown. So generally speaking, you know, this is how he has to hold it. He's going to pick it up and hold it like this. Now, another thing that he was doing, besides being, he's just like letting it hang on the out like that, and then real light and dropping it. No good. No good. So he has to learn how to hold this. He needs to be able to walk around with it in his mouth proper. Like, he'll hold it. He can walk around pretty good if it's like this. He likes holding it like that. But that's not how he's going to be picking it up. So he needs to learn how to do this proper. So we're backtracking, and I'm going over the basics with holding and holding this object, which is just putting it in his mouth. See, he does not want to hold this like this. Hold. No, hold. And making sure, see how sloppy mouth he is with it? No, hold. See? So it's an issue. So once I start, I need to continue doing this until I get it. No, hold. 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 Hold, good boy, hold. Light pressure under the chin too. Another thing that we're doing, because he is being sloppy mouth, it's, you know, this is frustrating. No, no. As I'll put it in his mouth, and then I want to move it in his mouth, getting him to put some pressure down on it. And I'll do this with a lot of dogs that are sloppy mouth. Is I'll get the object in their mouth and I'll do this, trying to encourage them to bite down. And that's what we've been working on yesterday and today, is trying to encourage. And also, notice how his head's moving a little bit. I'm having him hold it, right? This is conflicting pressure. I'm having him hold it, and I'm moving it back and forth, right? So in other words, I'm telling him to hold. No, hold. But then I'm also sort of pulling it out of his mouth. And I'll do that with retrieving items. Drop. Sit. If you have a sloppy mouth dog, which he is, he's, you know, very sloppy mouth. Like if he has keys and everything, he'll hold the keys and everything, but he's holding them so light. He's not holding them tight enough. So he's doing retrieves with retrieving objects, keys, glasses, and stuff like that. But I do notice that he's sloppy mouth. So will this be a positive for him? Yes, it's going to totally be positive. He's going to get better at hold. And also his dad, his owner, you know, expressed interest in teaching the dog Frisbee. So this is a good thing that we're doing. It's just extra work for me. And I'm not sorry that I started it, because he's having difficulty. So if the owner tried doing the Frisbee with him, it wouldn't go so well. So if I could get him just to the point where he could hold it and go pick it up off the ground properly, the owner's going to be home free with this dog. In other words, if you throw it, the dog was showing interest, like he'd go and try and knock it out of the air with his paws and stuff. That's what you want in a Frisbee dog. Also, if you have a dog and you want to teach him Frisbee, really do teach him hold first. That's important. The dog needs to be able to do a proper retrieve. But make sure you have the right body frame, you know, the right type of dog. This guy is an air dog, man. He'll jump up real high. And as long as the owner keeps him sort of on the lean side, Hana won't get a lot of he won't get arthritis. Also, keep the dog lean. That's the Frisbee dog. And also, don't do it for a half an hour. That's too long. That's overworking your dog. It's not necessary. Just go out and throw the Frisbee for 5 minutes, 8 minutes, something like that, and stop. Also, when you're doing Frisbee, don't do it when it's real hot out, because remember, the dog has to breathe through his mouth. You know, they're breathing through their mouth, so it makes it difficult if they're holding an object. So he'll get this. He'll get this. So we just It's just, we're just backtracking. We're going over, and this is what we would do if we were teaching him to like do any object. Like if I wanted him to pick up a plastic water bottle, I would be putting the plastic water bottle in his mouth, saying hold, hold, no, hold. So he has to learn to hold this and use some pressure. See how it's just falling out of his mouth? That is not going to cut it, you know, because when it falls out of his mouth, he just keeps walking, and that's how dogs are. You keep it in your mouth until you get it healed, and then you release it to my hand. You don't just like, okay, I have it in my mouth, now I'm going to drop it. It's all an implied stay. Hold. No. No. Hold. Hold. No. See? It's an issue. Hold. 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 Good. Hold. Hold. Good. Hold. Hold. I'm going forward, and I'm also going a little bit side to side. Okay? Drop. No, drop. You got to do it with these sloppy mouth dogs. If you don't, they're just, they're just going to drop the object all the time. And he has a tendency to do that, is drop the object. He is compliant when you say no and repeat the command, but it'd be, better if he wasn't dropping objects. Do you understand? He does become compliant. So over time, but we want him to do retrieves as good as possible. So this is nothing but a positive thing for him. Like I said, it's just extra work for me, but it's all right. Hold. No, hold. We'll have more videos on this coming up. Hold. 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 Good boy. Hold. 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 Now if he drops it, I'm going to give him real harsh no. And repeat the command. Hold. Putting it back in his mouth. Hold. Good. Hold. No. Hold. Hold. Good. Good boy. Hold. Hold. Good boy. Hold. Hold. No. Hold. I'm saying no because I feel him loosening up. No. Hold. Hold. No. Hold. Hold. Drop. Now the other thing that I'm doing with Hano is that all retrieving stops while you work on hold. You don't want him to associate any type of negativity with the retrieve. So what I do is I'll throw it and I don't let him go get it. That's denial. It's denial. Will he catch this before he goes back? I don't know, but he definitely needs to be able to hold it and not be given refusals. Like, I look at it as a refusal. If I stick it in, if I say hold, and then the dog drops it instantly, that's a refusal. Hold. Hold. Drop. Good boy. It's just a matter of time. He'll do it. Will he catch it out of the air? You betcha. This dog can jump high. This dog could be awesome at this. So this is a worthwhile thing to do. And remember that if you're going to teach your dog to do Frisbee, take into consideration the breed of dog that it is. I have a dog, Brewster, that does Frisbee. He's real good. He's nice and lean, but my Labrador, he's good at retrieving, but I certainly wouldn't want him jumping up in the air. He's got way too much weight. He's just not built for that. He's built for staying on the ground. This dog, seriously, if this dog's kept lean, you're looking at a dog that's, God knows how high he'll jump. Seriously. Here. Sit. Hold. No, hold. Good boy, hold. Hold. hold, hold, drop. Something else that's real important is Frisbees come in different sizes. So if I was using a real big one with Hanu, when he starts walking with this, when he starts walking with this, and he's going to have to walk with this, he might knock it on the ground and it might knock out of his mouth. So use the appropriate size Frisbee. If you're working on something like this, be careful with your positive reinforcement, because your positive reinforcement will also cause excitement. So if you notice through this video, I'm very monotone with him. I'm just saying hold, right? If I do say good boy, it's just good boy. It's not a real up good boy. If I excite him, he's going to drop it. Okay, so remember that. Wait until the dog's doing it real good before you up your praise. Do you understand? Don't worry about it. He's going to get his praise. He's going to do it. But if you are, up in your praise a whole lot, good boy, like that, they'll drop it instantly. That's with anything. Watch your excitement level. Watch how you deliver your praise. He'll get it. No, hold, 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 sit, drop. For him to do that just took about 10 takes. He has to be able to hold it. You can't start throwing a Frisbee to a dog that isn't going to retrieve it and bring it back. Do you see what I'm saying? So he has to learn how to do this. It's going to be extra, like I said, it's going to be extra work. But what are you going to do? This is the right thing for this dog. He needs to learn how to do this. Just work him through it. It'll be fine. Good. Hold. 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 Sit. Drop. Much better. Good boy. Now we're doing an exercise where I have him hold it. This is difficult with him. Teaching this dog to hold has not been easy. He's a cattle dog. He's, 6.5, 7 months old. Dominant, kind of persistent. So now we're doing an exercise where I just have him hold it and walk the perimeter of the yard. He's getting it, but this isn't something that it's not easy. It's not easy because they're dominant, and the dog doesn't understand that this is going to be one of the coolest things that the dog will ever learn. But for him to do this, he needs to play by the rules. It's just like when he was doing retrieving. He didn't want to do the retrieving. Sit. He didn't want to pick up the objects. He wasn't using any drive. You can't explain to the dog like, look, this is the best thing in the entire world. All you can do is sort of keep your head, make sure and stay on target, and make sure that the dog, starts being compliant. If he drops the Frisbee, I pick it up and put it back in his mouth. He'll get this. He will. He'll get this. It's just like, seeing him do a retrieve with the dumbbell or the glasses or the keys or anything. Now he has drive. Do you understand? So he looks at this at times when I'm putting it in his mouth like, I don't want to do it. And your dog will do this, but don't worry about it. Think of it like this. If you had a kid and you were going to church or something, I know this is a stupid analogy, especially from somebody that doesn't go to church and wouldn't go to church if they had a kid or make their kid go to church. But the point is, if you said, put the coat and tie on, we're going to church, and the kid said no, go put your fucking coat and tie on, we're going to church. Do you understand? So, it's important that Hanu does this. This isn't a big deal. It's just like holding the glasses. It's just a different object, of course. It's different, it's totally different. But he has to learn how to hold it. He has to learn how to hold it and walk with it because he's going to be running with it. And he has to learn to grab it. He needs to be able to grab it good because he's going to be grabbing it out of the air and then holding it in his mouth. And he's going to be holding it like this. He's not going to be grabbing it out of the air like this. So he has to learn how to hold this and not drop it. He'll get it. Good boy, hold. holding it good. His tail is up. Hold. This is the third time around the yard. Hold. Good boy. We did the same thing with all the other objects. Made him hold it and walk with it. It's a dog, you know. They're not the brightest bulb in the pack. This breed in particular is pretty smart. That's the problem. Dumb dogs are sort of easier for sure. Here, hold. Sit. Hold. He'll get it. Good job. Hold. Drop. Hold. Wave. 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 You did it. You fucking did it, dude. Hold. 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 Sit. Hold. Drop. You did it, dude. Nice job, buddy. Good job. That was good. Good job.